pannier tanks. I feel like it should be abundantly obvious that I have a small... Not small. It's not small. I have a collection of pannier tanks. There's actually another one somewhere and I just couldn't find it. I've got a mainline one. This guy runs surprisingly well considering that all three of the axles are cracked. So yeah, good score for a tenner. It's actually really cromulent. I like it. Got a Triang one. This guy just needs a new number and a Great Western part on the sides, and then it's good to go. I've got these two here. This one has a chassis. I'm just in the middle of rebuilding it. And this guy. I ruined this 5 years ago when I tried weathering for the first time. It looks atrocious. Worst bit is, it's one of the rarer ones. And that brings us to this guy. Despite the fact it says replica railways, this is actually a Bachmann pannier. And I paid 20 quid for it. The best 20 quid I think I've ever spent at a train show. So for 20 quid, what's the catch? Does it run poorly? Are there parts missing? And not really. I'm missing handrails there. It's been repainted, but it's been repainted to a good standard. The chassis is really modern and runs really nice. So what has the last owner done to this guy besides repainting it? Well, we've got separately fitted number plates on either side, which are really nice. They were really good quality. That was an absolute score. There's one on the front as well. There is a spark arrestor fitted to this guy, and that's about it. 3 separately fitted parts, and then repainted to a really nice standard with a little bit of weathering on top. So what have I done to this guy? I fitted lamps, fitted a driver, and yeah, that's it. That's literally all that's been done to this. Considering it was in a replica box and only costed 20 quid, you'd expect it to be an old chassis, but no. It's not split chassis, it's really modern. I believe it's a 3-pole motor in it, but it's a good one, so it's not that bad. It's got an 8-pin DCC socket on the inside and separately fitted bearings, so you know, compared to like most of Bachmann's stuff, this is really good. So how about we actually look inside of this guy and we just have a little nose at the chassis. The only complaint I really have with the chassis are just the 2 NAM pockets here and here. They actually hide the screws for the body to come off underneath them and are really easy to break. And I know this because I've done this. Slide the screwdriver under, then push up. Here's one. If I'm going to break one, it's probably going to be this one. There we go. The only bad thing I really say the last one I did was fit a pair of Triang screws to this for some reason. I don't understand why, but they've done it. I was wrong. This does not have separately fitted bearings. Shit. Turns out I was wrong about the separately fitted bearings. My memories betrayed me on this one, but it still runs really well. Put in 2 screws back in. Da-na-na-na-na. So here we got the chassis. You can see the 8-pin DCC socket here with the blanking plate already in. You can actually see the old colour of the pannier on this bit here. It used to be green. Down this end you have 3-pole motor. I believe it's 3-pole, I could be completely wrong, but you know, I think this uses the same chassis as the Ginty, and I know for a fact the Ginty has a 3-pole, so I believe that's a 3-pole motor. Got a little bit of cab detailing back here. It's not amazing by any means, and this was one of the few things I had to paint on the model, but it's presentable enough. On the inside of the logo, there's actually 2 massive weights in here. There's the first one, and the second one's been glued in. There's the second one there. There you go, all back together. In real life, there was nearly 1,000 panniers made of this style. It's the 57XX class. Granted, yeah, this says 4600, but most of them are the same thing. They have small variations at most. There are a couple of freak categories like the 1600s, but they're their own separate thing. This is a 5700 pannier, ignore the number. There were so many of these and they got chucked onto all sorts of work. Some did goods work, some did passengers, some were just station pilots, some were worked on docks, some were in quarries. They were just everywhere because of how many they were. They were just this versatile tank engine that could do any job you throw at it. And there's so many of them in preservation, it's not even funny. The only problem I have cosmetically with the body is this little bit here. I believe this uses a really similar moulding to the old mainline one, and I think they retooled it slightly to redo the cabs. I could be completely wrong, I probably am, but I think it's reusing a lot of this old tooling. And one of the things that got changed was just the cab and bunker ordeal. The more I look at it, the more I'm starting to get the idea that this is the same tooling, just with a new cab. Since I've got this one out as well, I should best as well show the chassis on it and just give you an idea what they used to be like. Still using the same tank weight. They weigh so much. Here's the split chassis design for the mainline one. You got a little plastic insulator in the middle of the axle. This one's cracked. I see this crack going straight through it straight away. These fail constantly because these axles just give up. And I'm not surprised, it's a really, really bad design. I know some companies still use it today, but it's a lot more refined than what this is. In all fairness, it's reliable. It's really, really reliable for picking up power, but it just doesn't age well because the plastic reacts to oils and stuff and just goes brittle and cracks. On the top here, you can see the infamous motor that's in it. I believe these were used a lot in American models, and they're just terrible, terrible, terrible motors. They constantly fail, but truth be told, this one's gone strong for 40 years maybe, and it still hasn't failed yet, so nice. I'm relatively certain the other two axles are cracked as well. They've not given me problems yet. I have a J72 that's a similar age to this, and that has failed. So I don't know how long's left before this chassis goes as well. Oh no, I lost the screw! Something I haven't really shown with other videos I've done on engines is just how slow they can crawl. It's something I haven't really worked out how to do, and I'm sort of gambling right now. So we've got a bit of track on the table. We've got two alligator clips on the one end, and they go into one of my controllers. Let's see what she's got. Nothing apparently. Oh, it's not even plugged in. Right, yeah, that would help. Right, let's try this again. That's not too bad though. It's a little coggy, but it's not terrible. You can get away with it. I think it needs a service, because I don't remember the last time I did it. I think I last serviced it when I bought it. So, you know, I'll give it a service soon. You know, considering it's unserviced for a year, and I don't know the history of it before that, so it probably did get quite badly abused. Honestly, you can get away with it. You gotta remember, I only paid 20 quid for this guy. When I bought this from the Barry show, it was actually a second engine there. My mate bought that one, and so on very rare occasions at open days at the club, both panniers will be there, and I think it's just a nice little thing to add on to it because it's just the history of this model just getting to exist for just a little bit longer. Well, you've heard me ramble on about this guy enough, so how about we see some proper running? The Bachmann pannier tank. I love it. The performance is good enough for me, and I don't really care about the true age of the model. The only problem I really have with modern release is just the price of it. It is a criminal price, and it was only really done just to spite a Curascale with their new release. If it's between this and a Curascale one, odds are it's going to be the Curascale one because you get so much more for what you pay for. But second-hand, cheap at a train show, you can't go wrong. It's just a good looking model. Even though it's old, even though Bachmann still thinks it's premium, despite the fact it's not, it is still a nice model. and for the right price, I think it's worth it. Well, that's all I got for you this week. If you enjoyed, feel free to come back next Saturday because I upload every single Saturday. And until next week, bye bye now.